I got one more question.
Go for it, bro.
Last one. All right, your advice to MCs who are maybe afraid of jumping in the cypher, you know, or just saying that's not for me, you know.
It depends, right? I don't judge anybody for what they choose to, you know, get into or what they choose not to get into. Like, what's not for you, it's not for you. However, it also depends upon why they're saying that. You know what I'm saying? You have some people that are like, especially younger guys that ain't really been around. Like, if you've been around, you do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Because you done already figured yourself out. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of young artists that really haven't figured anything out. And they're like, oh, no, that ain't for me. I'm an artist. I make songs. And it's like, you know, you don't really make songs that well. You know, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't really like, you know, and the reason why you don't make songs that well is because you have not taken yourself through any sort of, you haven't walked through any fire, you know what I'm saying, as an artist. And if you take some time to do this, get into this process, you'll find that you'll be challenging yourself as a writer, challenging yourself as a performer, as a stage performer, in ways that you've never had to stretch yourself. And in that process, you'll find that okay, I'm having to write these cypher raps, and they're not songs, they're not, you know, they're not hooks, they're not, but they're forcing me to do something I'm uncomfortable at, and it's forcing me to use literary devices that I haven't found that I needed to use in the music I've been making, whether it be metaphors or wordplay or song, like rhyme structures, or, you know, punchlines. These different things that are designed to invoke a reaction from an audience member. Keep in mind, if you can make an audience react to something that you wrote, that is an accomplishment, like in writing, and it's a transferable skill. You know, it's not just for the cypher, you know, it's not just for the competition. It's also teaching you how to write moving lyrics. And that can be applied to now if you want to write a song and you're writing about your life, those same literary devices and practices that you learned in writing in the cypher can be applied to that music. So now your music has deeper elements. That's why it's like, even down to like trap rappers or whatever, it's like, if you can find a lyrical, really lyrical version of a person that can do that type of music, that can know when to pull back on some of the more technical things and when to add them, those are going to be the artists that have the most longevity even in that field, because those are the ones that are going to be able to put substance into it, and they're going to be able to sound, they're going to be able to say different things. Like, every song is not going to be the same from them, because they can do so many different things with their writing. You know what I'm saying? Even though they have a sound that's popular. Yeah. So then it's like, oh, well, he has everything, because he can write hooks, and he's got a certain type of energy, a certain kind of swag. But then when I really listen, he's saying something. So then it's like an artist like myself who might only, like, not might only, but is more centered around the writing. When I'm listening to you, I'm like, oh, I see why y'all like him. You know what I'm saying? Because he does that, but he also does this. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not off limits for anybody or any style. Anyone can learn from this environment. It's just a matter of putting yourself in it, and do you want to go through these? It's like you know, like a basic training. There's no man would come out of basic training without some additional skills, right? I don't care what your job. You may not be a soldier in life. You may be a computer engineer, right? For the rest of your life. Yeah. Well, think about it. Yeah. Everyone that goes into the army has a different job. They're not all picking up guns and shooting them. Some are going to be chefs. Some are going to be tech people. Some are going to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all kinds of different jobs, but they all go through basic training. Right. They all go through basic training, because there's certain elements that you need, period, if you're going to be in the Army. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what your style is, no matter what your goal is in music, going through this process will benefit you if you apply yourself. If you try to reach the highest pinnacle of this platform, you will come out of it a better artist. I don't care if you ever decide to get into a rap battle or a cypher again in your life. It's something that you're going to take from it that's going to carry you through. And I mean, there's a lot of artists that come on our stage. They got music videos out. They got albums out. They get on our stage, and it's the first time they've performed on stage before they've ever held a microphone. I'd be like, this is the first time you've ever held a microphone, but you got music videos? Like, from my era, that is so backwards. Like, I don't need, like, that blew my mind. Like, I'm like, what? But that's common, though. It's common now. So, but that was the point of creating a platform to begin with, was to kind of like reel that back in to where it's like artists can say, okay, wait, maybe I should take a moment to do this first, and then I can focus on my music. And you know, it's a lot. And then the thing is cool is like, it's not just for the young people. Like, we've had MCs from ages 15 all the way up to 46. So it's like you got artists that used to be into it heavy that are like coming back out and finding a renewed vigor in their artistry and then their desire to make music or just to rap publicly, you know what I'm saying? And it's for them as well. So nah, it's a beautiful thing.
You got me to come back out. I hadn't rapped in a long time, and I was like, I went to one and I watched this guy do it, and I was like, I'm gonna get up there next time.
Like, and then once you go for it, sometimes it just becomes like addicting.
Oh yeah.
When you get started. You know
I love it.
Like,
I love that. You know, I love my Jason is definitely one of our repeat MCs, our people that are dedicated to the platform, that are like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna be here every single month. And I love that because I get to actually watch them grow and like see every month them get better and do something better. It's like whether it's they're more confident or it's how they're changing their flows up, or like, you know, different little things that you can tell that they were working on for that month. Because it's like, what makes this unique, and I'll get off my soapbox, is like, it's having to focus on just one verse for a whole month. It's like one verse, one beat, one performance for the whole month. So it's like all your energy is going into, how can I make this one verse as good as possible? How can I memorize it? Then how can I perform it the best? Because I'm gonna have one opportunity to do this right. And that is it's a different sort of focus. It's a different sort of discipline. It's a different sort of like, there's a growth that happens just within each particular month that you do that. You know what I'm saying? So it takes a dedication. It takes, because you can't just, oh, I'm gonna write this verse and you're not going to record it. You gotta memorize it. And it's probably, if you use your time, it's 2 minutes. You know, it's not 16 bars. 16 bars is only 45 seconds. You know what I'm saying? This is like a 32 and some change. Like, you really gotta dedicate yourself to it. So it's cool. It's really good.